Thomas Alive Today presents
Strawbridge Clothier.
Strawbridge Clothier began as a dry goods store founded by Quakers Justus Clayton Strawbridge (1838–1911) and Isaac Hollowell Clothier (1837–1921) in Philadelphia in 1868. Strawbridge Clothier purchased the three-story brick building on the northwest corner of Market and 8th Streets in Center City, Philadelphia that had been Thomas Jefferson's office from 1790 to 1793 while he served as Secretary of State, and opened their first store. They soon replaced the old building with one of 5 stories and then expanded into neighboring buildings as well. In 1928 the company decided to replace all but one of its buildings with a new edifice and began construction in phases on the 13-story building which stands on the corner of Market and North 8th Street today. Designed in the Beaux-Arts style by the Philadelphia architectural firm Simon & Simon, the cost of the limestone building was expected to be $6.5 million, an amount which caused some concern to the store's owners. By the time of the ribbon cutting in 1931, in the depth of the Great Depression, the staggering $10 million cost of such grand construction nearly suffocated the cash-strapped company. The building subsequently became the eastern anchor in 1977 of the Gallery and Urban Mall, connecting Strawbridge Clothier with Gimbel's, which had relocated from across Market Street to join the mall. It was the vision of S&C Chairman Stockton Strawbridge that was instrumental in revitalizing the Market East retail district in the 1970s, a vision that is still apparent today despite the demise of both Gimbel's and Strawbridge's. He once said that his goal was to transform fading East Market Street into the Champs-Élysées of Philadelphia. After successfully fighting off a hostile takeover attempt by Ronald S. Barron in 1986, Strawbridge Clothier survived as an independent, locally owned department store into the 1990s. In 1995, in an attempt to become the dominant retailer in the Philadelphia region, S&C partnered with Federated Department Stores Pomeroy's and the Reuben Brothers Real Estate Development Company to acquire their rival Wanamaker's, but were outbid in bankruptcy court by May Department Stores Company. Subsequently, the 13 Strawbridge Clothier department stores were themselves bought by May in 1996, when the Strawbridge Clothier directors, mostly members of the Strawbridge Clothier families, elected to liquidate operations over the vehement objections of patriarch Stockton Strawbridge. Strawbridge died not long after the sale. He was the store and the store was him, said his attorney Peter Hearn to the Philadelphia Daily News. Store employees and the public at large felt a sense of loss as well. Many employees rushed to pay off their credit card accounts in full before the sale was finalized, hoping that the proceeds would go to the founding families rather than the new buyers. After the sale, the stores operated simply as Strawbridge's, although exterior signage reading Strawbridge Clothier remained in place at many locations until the stores became Macy's in 2006. May had merged the former John Wanamaker into its Hecht banner but converted them to Strawbridge's as well, except for Wanamaker's former flagship on Market Street, which eventually became a Lord & Taylor and is now Macy's. However, the Strawbridge Clothier head office was closed and its operations were consolidated with Hecht's in Arlington, Virginia. In May 1930, Strawbridge Clothier helped remake the American retail scene by opening one of the first suburban branch department stores in the nation, located in the Suburban Square Shopping Center in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. In 1931 it followed with its second suburban satellite store at Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, the building for which was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1988. Strawbridge's opened up a number of branch stores throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey and Delaware. These branch stores typically were opened in shopping malls. Prominent stores throughout the Philadelphia area included the stores in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, Bensalem Township, Pennsylvania, Exton, Pennsylvania, and Wilmington, Delaware. By the 1970s, Strawbridge's had nearly a dozen branch stores in malls across eastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, and northern Delaware. The branches proved to have been a wise step, as the flagship store posted only a few years of actual profitability, all of them during the 1940s. The last S&C store built was at Arlington Mall in 1982. Some Strawbridge stores had restaurants inside, like at Christiana Mall in Newark, Delaware, as well as the Strawbridge and Clothier store at Exton Square Mall. The Jenkintown store also had a restaurant. The company also revolutionized retailing with their introduction of revolving charge account cards. Strawbridge's was well known for its handled shopping bags, which kept up with the fashion of each era. It was a paper bag with navy blue handles with Strawbridge's printed in blue twice and red once on one side of the bag and vice versa on the other. Once may assumed the company the Strawbridge and Clothier seal of confidence was no longer a prominent marketing image. Late 1970s and 1980s bags were a bright glossy yellow with that era's pseudo-calligraphic trademark in a vertical orientation in black along the bag's edge. 1960s bags featured a modern script-like trademark with their famous seal of confidence. Strawbridge's was also known for its friendly employees. In the center of the flagship store was a large bronze statue of a wild boar, a replica of Pietro Tacazzi il Porcellino. The legend had it that good luck would follow those who rubbed the boar's nose. The boar consequently had a very shiny nose from all the rubbing. In July 2006, the Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust (PREIT) owners of the gallery at Market East agreed to purchase the lower floors of the flagship Strawbridge store. PREIT sought retail tenants for the areas of the building closest to street level and converted some higher floors to office space. The uppermost floors had previously been sold and converted to offices. They are currently owned by American Financial Realty Trust of Jenkintown. On February 26, 2009, it was announced that the developers of Foxwoods Casino Philadelphia were looking into locating their new casino on 3 floors of the former Strawbridge's flagship store, currently owned by PREIT. In April 2012, it was reported by one of the subcontractors that the building was undergoing additional renovation for both office and residential use. In July 2012, the Philadelphia Inquirer and Philadelphia Daily News relocated to the 3rd floor of the building from their former headquarters at 400 North Broad Street.
There's more to fall than just cool weather. There's Clover Day at Strawbridge and Clothier. Now through Monday, find the season's best savings all over the store. Save from head to toe on new fall fashions for men, women, kids. Clover Day's the place to be for the hottest electronics, the coolest comforters, and everything for your kitchen. Don't miss everyone's favorite sale, Clover Day. Today through Monday at Strawbridge and Clothier.
Please don't leave, I have a bonus for you.
Clover.
The first Clover store opened in 1971 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The management of Strawbridge and Clothier based their Clover store format on Dayton Hudson's Target store chain and Federated's Gold Circle discount store. The name was taken from Strawbridge and Clothier's periodic sale days, Clover Days. The similarities to Target were evident throughout the life of Clover. The earliest locations included a food store, Clover Market, adjacent to the main store. Strawbridge and Clothier did not operate the food stores for long, and they were converted to Acme or PLUS, an A&P no-frills format. In 1978, Strawbridge and Clothier partnered with the Rouse Company, developing 2 mini malls next to their Cinnaminson and Center Square stores that were called Clover Square. These had a mixture of national and regional chains and independent stores. The malls opened with a food court in one corner of the square-shaped corridor. These malls later became Outlet Square. Now they are both supermarkets. Also in 1978, Clover opened a store in the former Lit Brothers Northeast location, 1955 to 1977. In Philadelphia. In 1995, May department stores purchased Strawbridge's Kimco Realty Corporation paid $35.5 million for 23 Clover stores, leaving Strawbridge with 3 Clover sites. Kohl's subsequently purchased 5 Clover stores. Kimco liquidated the Clover stores and sold the buildings. Due to unfavorable lease agreements, the Clover stores located in Shore Mall in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey and Penrose Plaza in Southwest Philadelphia were unable to be divested along with the rest of the chain. Gordon Brothers Partners Incorporated of Boston was retained to liquidate the 23 stores that were sold and to operate the remaining 3 stores through December 31, 1996. Strawbridge's parent May Department Stores was sold to Federated Department Stores in 2006 and the Strawbridge's name was rebranded in favor of Macy's. Clover was far ahead of its time with innovation, having one of the first automated push-button customer service call systems in the early 1970s. The Need Help system was designed and built by a longtime Clover employee named Thomas Atkinson. Clover used full PLU lookup for both sale and regular merchandise and hand scanners before any other non-food retailer in the nation. Additionally, just before they closed, they began using a store management, receiving and distribution system that is the model for all big box chains in America today. When Clover closed, many of its stores were purchased by Kohl's, with its first major expansion to the East Coast.
You'll come back to Clover, over and over.
I love it when the leaves start to fall, because that's when Clover's sweater prices start to fall. Roll necks, convertible collars, morals and rugby stripes, crop tops, popcorns, jackards, all 30% off Clover's famous bargain prices. Clover's 30% off sweater sale. The only thing that's falling faster than the leaves is Clover's prices.
You'll come back to Clover, over and over.
If you have any fond memories, please indicate it at the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe and like.